Vim Editor is a powerful tool we use to create and read files in the terminal. It is more or less like Notepad in the GUI. The difference is that Notepad is used to write and read files in the GUI, while Vim is used to write and read files in the terminal. Although we can use the echo command to write files in the terminal and use the cat command to read files, Vim comes with many convenient and advanced features that make writing and reading files easier. We are inside the My Codes directory, which is our working directory. Let's check the list of contents in the From Terminal directory. It's empty. Let's go into it and do some practice with Vim. The first thing to do is to check whether Vim is installed in your terminal. The easiest way to verify this is by checking the version of Vim using the command vim space dash dash version. You can see that we have a lot of results. When you scroll up, you will see the Vim version. This shows that Vim is already installed on this terminal. Suppose Vim is not installed, it will give an error message saying that it is not installed. Since Vim is already installed on my terminal, let's start using it. Let's clear the screen to have a fresh terminal screen. You can see that we have nothing in this directory. Let's try creating a file with Vim. To use Vim to create a file, all you need to do is to type Vim followed by the name of the file you want to create. Do not forget the extension. Here, I want to create a file called hello.txt. Then press enter. Can you see that we now have a completely different screen from the terminal screen? This is the Vim interface. Right now, we are no longer inside the terminal interface. We are now inside Vim. Therefore, terminal commands will no longer work here. Only Vim commands will work. So, how do we operate Vim? Vim has two modes. They are the command mode and the insert mode. In command mode, you can only type Vim commands. If you type something wrongly, it may give an error. Insert mode is where you can start typing anything you want to write inside the file. You can type as much as you want. In fact, you can write a whole book in insert mode. By default, whenever you open or create a file with Vim, the first mode that appears is command mode. Right now, this interface is the Vim command mode interface. There are 4 important Vim commands you need to know because you will use them often. The first command is used to change from command mode to insert mode, where you can start typing text into the file. The command is I. That means by simply pressing the letter I on your keyboard, Vim changes from command mode to insert mode. Before we try that, let me show you how to differentiate between command mode and insert mode. Look down here. You can see the file name Whenever you see the file name there, or sometimes nothing appears in that area, it means you are in command mode. Now, to switch to insert mode, press I on your keyboard. Immediately I press I, can you see that the word insert now appears here? This shows that we are now in insert mode and we can start typing anything we want. The idea is simple. If you want to know whether you are in command mode or insert mode, just look at the bottom of the interface. If you see insert, you are in insert mode. If you do not see it, you are in command mode. Since we are now in insert mode, let's start typing. Now that we have finished typing, the next thing is to save and quit Vim so we can go back to the terminal. These are two different steps. The first is to save what we've written. The second is to quit. There are different Vim commands for these actions. But before doing any of them, we first need to switch from insert mode back to command mode. To do that, press the escape key on your keyboard. The escape key is at the top left corner of your keyboard and is written as ESC. Let's press it and observe what happens. You can see that immediately I pressed escape, the word insert disappears. That means we are no longer in insert mode. We are now back in command mode. You can now enter the Vim commands to save and quit. The first thing is to save. The Vim command to save is :W, then press enter. Remember, since we are in command mode, whatever we type will not appear at the top. It will appear at the bottom. You can see that after pressing enter, it shows the file name. This indicates that the file has been saved. If you are in command mode and you see the file name at the bottom, it means the file has been saved. If you do not see it, then the file has not been saved yet. So, seeing the file name here confirms that our file has been saved. Now, the next step is to quit. Since we are still in command mode, we simply use the quit command. The Vim command to quit is :Q, then press enter. You can see that we are now back in the terminal interface. We are no longer inside Vim. If we check the list of contents, you can see that hello.txt has been created. Let's read the file using cat. You can see the exact text we wrote while we were inside Vim. Sometimes, if a file contains long text, reading it with cat may not be convenient. The more professional approach is to read the file with Vim. You open a file with Vim the same way you create it. Just type Vim followed by the name of the file. You can see that it opens the Vim interface in command mode by default. And you can see the contents of the file. If you want to update the file by adding more text, switch to Insert mode by pressing I, then type whatever you want. After writing, press Escape to return to command mode. You can see that we are now back in command mode. Notice that the file is not saved yet because the file name is not showing at the bottom. As you already know, the normal process is to save using :W before quitting with :Q. Let's assume you forgot to save and tried quitting directly. Let's type :Q and press enter. You can see that Vim does not quit. Instead, it shows an error. The message tells us that we have unsaved changes. It also says that if we truly want to quit without saving, we should add an exclamation mark. That means the command becomes :Q exclamation mark, then press enter. This is called force quitting. Before pressing enter, notice the changes we made. Originally, we only had the first two lines. The empty third line and the fourth line containing coding is good are the new changes we added. Since we are quitting without saving, we expect those changes to disappear. Now, let's press enter. Let's open the file again in Vim. You can see that the changes are gone because they were not saved. Now, let's switch to Insert mode again and make some changes. This time, we will save. After writing, press Escape to return to command mode, then save using :W and quit using :Q. Now, when we open the file again, you can see that the changes are there. If you open a file only to read it and make no changes, you can quit directly using :Q. No force quit is needed because nothing was modified. Let's open the file again and learn the fourth important Vim command. Switch to Insert mode and type some text. After writing, return to command mode. If you notice, we have been saving and quitting separately, which can feel stressful. There is a command that saves and quits at the same time. The command is :W cube. Then press enter. Let's use cat to read the file. You can see that all the updates are there. This confirms that :WQ saves and quits simultaneously. It is easier than saving and quitting separately. Let's open the file again in Vim. You can see that all the text is still there. Let's add more text. Return to command mode, then type :WQ and press enter. Let's open the file again. You can see that the updated text is there. Since we are not making any changes now, we can simply use: Q to quit. So far, we have only created one file with Vim. Let's create another file for more practice. Let's create text.txt. Switch to insert mode and type the text. Return to command mode, then type :WQ and press enter. If we use cat to read text.txt, you can see that the text is exactly the same as what we wrote in Vim. When we open it in Vim, we see the same thing. These are the most important things you need to know about the Vim editor.